Okay, so cluck cluck, as promised, we're going to do peach cobbler recipe. Now, first and foremost, I want you to know I'm already got the oven preheating to 350, okay? So, having said that, this is, I've already been getting asked questions about this when I mentioned I was going to do it. So, this recipe, you can absolutely, I use this same recipe for every fruit, except I might like mix up the spices I may put in, because sometimes I add nutmeg to this. You're not going to want to add nutmeg to a blackberry cobbler. Stuff like that. So, this basic recipe that I'm getting ready to tell you is absolutely interchangeable with pretty much any fruit. So, having said that, today we're doing peaches because, as I told y'all a couple years back, we had a lot of peaches. I canned a bunch. So, we've got my canned peaches, and honestly, they kind of need to get used. So, I've told y'all that this recipe is so easy, and it is. And I'm getting ready to show you how easy it is. The first three components that I'm getting ready to add are the basic recipe that you can use for any fruit you want, okay? Well, technically there's four. The other one is melted butter in the dish, which I'll show y'all. Well, I'll just show y'all right now. Okay, so let me move this. So, I've got melted butter in. I use a square dish. You can use, so this is like an 8x8. Some people use a 9x9. Some people use like a 9x4. You know, whatever you want, whatever it fits. So normally, while I'm preheating the oven, I would actually melt the butter that way. For purposes of this video, I did put it in the microwave, which I know people are like, no, don't use a microwave. I use microwave. I'm human. So, you can use self-rising or all-purpose flour. I'm using self-rising. I just, you know what, it's easier. If you want to use all-purpose, you just add the baking powder and the egg and the salt like you would. So the difference between self-rising and all-purpose is, you know, most of you probably do know, is that you're missing the baking powder, the egg, the leavening agents. So that was 1 cup of self-rising flour. Now we're going to do 1 cup of sugar, which I'm going to be getting at right now. Hold on. I actually should have probably measured this as beforehand, but I didn't, so y'all just get to hear me talk and scoop at the same time. I'm not used to doing recipe videos. Okay, so I got 1 cup of the flour. I made a mess with the sugar, of course, don't tell. The next is 1 cup of milk. So, that's my recipe. If you can remember the number 1, you can remember this recipe, because it's 1 cup of milk, 1 cup of sugar, and 1 cup of flour. How easy is that? And 1 stick of butter. So the number 1, y'all want to know what's funny is this is my mom's favorite recipe that she I taught her, and she calls me every time she makes it to ask me what it is. I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm just mixing it. Now it is gonna, you're probably gonna be like, oh, this seems runny. Yes, it does. So after I mix it real good, this is where I can add, like, you know, I've told y'all before, my favorite. I'm going to add just a little bit of vanilla. Ba-doop, ba-doop. So this is a clear vanilla because this is what I had, and it was used to make some icing. And sometimes I add nutmeg, sometimes I don't, but I am going to be adding cinnamon. Ooh. My Me and my uncle almost got into a fight, seriously, one holiday. Because he told me I had too much cinnamon in my peach cobbler. And I just wanted to. You'd be talking about my peach cobbler. Everybody loves my peach cobbler. My nephew once told me my peach cobbler is on point. Which I had to, of course, ask what that meant. Because I'm not hip to the new lingo. Okay, so we got that. So that's the two parts that people mess up on a lot is coming up. Okay. So remember I told you I had the melted butter here, right? So we're going to pour this mixture. Notice I didn't put the peaches in there yet. We're going to pour this mixture on top of the butter. We're not mixing it with the butter. A lot of people really want to mix it in. Good, perfect timing because I'll be using that soon. A lot of people really want to mix it in. It's just like natural, in fused in their head that they should mix that butter in. We're not going to. That butter is to stay at the bottom. Now, obviously, when you pour it in, some's going to get a little bit mixed up. It's fine. The next thing that people mess up is you put the fruit on top. That's what really makes a good cobbler. It's because if you put the bread mixture in and then you put the fruit on top, the bread mixture is going to cook up through that and really just intermingle with those fruits. So that's how people really mess up. So I'm going to pour this in on top. As I said, some's going to, as you can see, some's going to wrap around. That's fine. Still not getting mixed in, which is what you don't want. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. So now the peaches. Some people drain, some people don't. I'm going to drain a little bit just because there might be a little bit more liquid in here than your normal can of canned peaches. Now you can use canned peaches, you can use fresh peaches with this, whatever you have. It smells good. Okay. So I did drain a little bit off. But so I'm just bloop, 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 bloop. Okay. Blackberry cobbler is actually probably my family's favorite. And we will do that when blackberries come in. So that's that. I am a little bit worried that, because I think I may have put a little bit too many peaches in. But we'll just have to wait and see. I'll make sure I put a pan underneath it. And hopefully it doesn't boil over. Let's see, do I already have one in? No, sometimes I keep one in there for that purpose. Let me find a pan. This one will work. Okay, now I'm just going to put this on the shelf below it just in case it leaks out or anything. Okay, oven, are you trying to kill me? And we are going to bake this for about, well, it just kind of depends on what you're using, to be honest. I would say that we probably are going to bake that for about at least 30 minutes. I'm one of those that, as far as time goes, I'm really more watching than anything. So, just when you get a nice golden brown on top, and I'll do a short video, assuming it comes out good, because I'm worried now that it was so so high in that pan. So I will definitely give y'all a little video at the end to bring it out, but that's it. That's all you do. How easy is that? So cluck cluck, and we shall see how this turns out. Okay, so cluck cluck, we're right at 50 minutes. Okay, so I did check it at 30 minutes. I thought it could go a little bit longer. I checked it at 45 minutes. And, left it going a little bit longer. But this is about the color you're going to want it. As you can still see, it's still like bubbling a little bit around the sides. Definitely got a majority of the peaches like right in the middle. But this is still going to be super good. We're going to let it cool off. You're going to want to have some vanilla ice cream on hand, because it is awesome with vanilla ice cream. So, once again, you can just do this with any fruit. Our favorite in this household is probably blackberries. So we could just get tons of blackberries around here. So, hopefully when they start coming out, I'll take y'all on a blackberry picking adventure with me. And honestly, this probably could have used a slightly bigger pan, but it worked out. It did boil over just the tiniest little bit towards the end. But this is going to be really good. Let me feel, yeah. So yes, I'll put my fingers on it. Don't worry, my fingers are clean. So this is, firm. Let me check this wider spot. Yep. So this is all firm. There's going to be a lot of gooey peach stuff underneath. And this is the peach cobbler. Hope y'all try it, and I hope y'all enjoy it. I do sometimes, like 4th of July, I will do strawberry and blueberries together, like a USA themed cobbler. You can definitely do just blueberries or just strawberries. I've never done an apple cobbler, okay? I'm sure that you can, but, if I'm doing something apple, we just do apple pie. So, raspberry, for sure, you can do. So, obviously, like I said, I would not put the cinnamon in with blackberries, but you could definitely put the cinnamon in, or, if you wanted to try apple. But usually I would just use vanilla with everything else, With some of the fruits, you might want to sugar the fruits up, like the blackberries. I actually don't. I like the tartness of the blackberries, but some people will, just sprinkle their fruit with sugar before they add it on top. So, cluck, cluck. I hope y'all try it, and I hope y'all enjoy it.